the scenario. Here's the scenario.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Here's a Scenario, a new podcast on the Laugh Button. Thank you so much to all of our new listeners. We appreciate you. We're loving the feedback. Keep it coming. I'm one of your hosts, Mike Cannon. With me, as always,
is Mike Feeney, and also
Brendan Sagalow. And boy, do I feel good. Me and Mikey woke up this morning. We did a little acting together.
Yeah, knocked out a Zoom audition. Brendan, I mean, his Liv Schreiber impression is phenomenal. It's legitimately so good. I'm like listening back, and you know, we're both doing terrible Boston accents, but Brendan on the second one inhabits this man.
I think I became Liv Schreiber.
You've been,
isn't it Leaf or something like that?
It's probably
like
all
Leaf
of it.
Schreiber?
No, I think it's I don't know. Who
it
cares?
should be
Liv.
Liev.
The only one I know
think
it
it's
isn't
Liv.
is Liv.
No, I think actually
Liv
you're
Tyler.
wrong. It's Liv Tyler.
Yes, Liv Tyler.
He's Steven Tyler's daughter. But yeah, this is not about that. This podcast is a hypothetical based podcast. We do what if scenarios, would you rathers, all the fun stuff you bat around with your friends. And yeah, complete escapist comedy. You guys submit some questions. We got some DMs. We got some suggestions all over the map. Go to here'sthescenario.com to subscribe to any of our Instagram, Twitter, you know, all that stuff. Contact us in any single way. We are very accessible. So if you guys want to be a part of this podcast, we are heavily inviting and encouraging you to do so. Also, if this isn't enough, we do a Patreon. We do 2 extra episodes per week. They got a looser feel. We do a Blunts with the Boys where it's the 3 of us just high off of our tits, having, you know, philosophical breakdowns that typically just devolve into us infighting. And then we do a Wednesday episode which involves some questions, but it's a bit looser structure. We're also we're doing some different stuff out there. I do a personal podcast. We got sketches, you name it. Everything is up there on the Patreon.
We have just completely embodied the fact that our personal life is going straight to you. We have nothing secret. We will never have anything secret. You know our blood types. If you want a kidney, just please, for as low as $5, you can get a kidney from us.
Dude, on the Patreon, I actually just put up an advertisement for my son on the Silk Road. So if you want to buy my sweet baby boy, you could just sign up for Patreon.
Is Silk Road still a thing?
That's a great question.
I know so little about it that I feel like
the dark web
they just made a movie about it. Yeah, the dark web is.
But I don't know if the Silk Road
is a website on the dark web.
Yeah, it was like a platform that you can get some pretty sweet drugs. I have done dark web drugs, and I do gotta say, yeah, it's all it's cracked up to be.
You've done like adrenochrome and shit.
No, I'm not doing lines of babies. I'm talking about like I've gotten adult drugs.
Lines of babies.
Adult drugs,
doing
just
adult
like
drugs.
weed.
Yeah, there's weed. I've done a little mescaline pill. It's just all fun stuff that I'm not advertising on our
A pill
free
would
podcast.
scare the shit out of me.
Yeah,
well, one of my buddies tried it first.
that's the way to do it, dude.
Yeah, I'm like,
That's the way to do it.
And I faked swallowed, and then I waited 2 hours for him not to die.
Yeah, when I found that street coke, that was like my first move. I was like, "Look, I found street coke," and someone was like, "Oh, I'll try some," and I'm like, "If you insist."
Weird, because that's what I did to you. Because I made you do it.
It's the circle of life.
It's the circle of drugs. So let's just get right to the questions. Do we have any DMs pulled up or messages?
I checked the DMs. We have nothing on the Instagram. So if you guys do want to, you know, I know it's a little confusing, but if you guys want to send us a question, you can send it to the Here's the Scenario Instagram, because
you know what? I also got one from our patron. So they didn't put it under the comments, but I might as well read it on this episode since they did message it to us separately. Should I do that?
Hell yeah.
All right, cool. So our man Ramen Noodles, you are offered the chance to live rent-free in a retirement or nursing home with the caveat that you must make an effort to spend at least a few hours/day with the other residents, sharing meals, hanging out, etc. Would you take this opportunity, and why or why not?
This just sounds like someone's trying to come to terms with putting their parents in a home. And they're like, right? Isn't it like not a bad thing if I'm paying for it? And all you got to do is just hang out?
Isn't that too bad? And like you get to have fun with the other old people and
That's
all
right.
that?
You know, Ma, so what? You're 49. Just hang out with these other, see-through skin 90-year-olds.
Yeah. Don't you want to go through menopause with a Jamaican nurse next to you?
Menopause.
Hey, it's got the monopause.
Hey, monopause.
Hey, monopause.
That's the show, guys. We just keep repeating the same punchline until we get it right.
Yeah, it's just Brendan and Mike out impersonate each other's
until we're happy with the syllables.
I'll never be happy.
Monopause. Oh, that was the one. All right,
was a
we can
good
move
one.
on. What would you do, Brendan? Brendan has the only case, by the way.
Would I go into a nursing home?
Yes, if I were you and somebody offered me free living in a townhouse in like a nice nursing home, and all you had to do was like spend your morning with people that are just as sad as you, like that would be perfect.
That's where you lost me. I need people around me that aren't as sad. Or maybe I do need people that are just as sad, so I can be the positive one and go, "Come on, guys, this ain't too bad."
It'll change your whole role because right now you're comfy in the role of the depressant. Yeah. But we need you.
You explode depression onto everyone around you, and they'll help clean you up.
I feel like I am getting better, which I'd like to be acknowledged for a little bit, Are you? I'm getting better. I'm watching Ted Lasso. I'm wearing a little bit more colors. Not today.
You're dressed in black.
Black on black.
I know. I do look like a poet today.
And yesterday, you also wore all black.
Weird.
Well, I wore a green sweatshirt after your dog fucking shed all over me.
Oh, green. So you went from dark depression to vomit.
Well, I would like to be acknowledged that I am doing better. I am on my way up, peaks and valleys,
Well, I mean, honestly, as soon as I notice even a measure of difference, I will absolutely give you that affirmation.
I think what has honestly changed him is so many people have started calling him like the suicide comic, that it's irking him. So now he's just pretending he's having a good time. So people will stop calling him that so that he can go back to doing his suicide material.
My life is a living hell.
Brendan's
I can't feel anything.
Brendan's the suicide comic.
I'm like this.
Suicide.
Yeah.
Would I live in a nursing home right now as a 29-year-old
Somebody shot
man?
themselves on the coats.
I tried my best. I would live in a nursing home for free if that was the fucking case. If I could leave, yeah, sure. If I had to live in the same, have the same rules as the old people where I couldn't leave or anything, then no. But
I don't think that's one of their rules.
That's not.
They're not
it depends on. No, it depends how autonomous they are and how capable they are of watching themselves.
No way, dude.
Yes, way, dude. There's also a million different types of old folks' homes. So for you to act like there's uniform rules across the country,
well, can you hear my story? Can we hear my experience?
Because you're wrong. It's built in fallacy.
Wrong. You're not wrong. You're not. You're not. I'm who? Who? What? I don't like you.
Monopause.
Yeah, no. My grandma lived in a
You gotta stop.
My grandma lived in a nursing home, and there was a fucking security button on the door. Not her.
Yeah,
room,
no, that just sounds like you sent your grandmother to a cold prison.
Yeah, we sent her to the gulag.
To the grandmog.
That's brutal, though, dude.
The grandmog.
Yeah, I would never be able to live with myself doing that to my family.
I didn't do that. My family did it.
No, I know, but
what do you fucking?
I would visit
one
my
of the
grandma
Nazi
all the
soldiers
time.
just following orders. You can't speak up.
Well, I have my own life too, but I would visit my grandma all the time.
You didn't push your grandma in the oven, but you sure opened the door.
Well, and yeah, hey grandma, there's some cookies in there for me. Go grab them. yeah. Take that, you old bitch. One time I was in high school and I was visiting my grandma in the nursing home, and I had this really heavy leather jacket on with a choker chain and Liberty spikes.
Oh,
and
my
And I
God,
came into the
dude.
nursing home, and the guy
Did your
at the-
parents send you there being like, she's been bad, like maybe this will push her over the
It'll
edge?
scare her, yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
this will kill her.
The guy at the register just started laughing at me to the point of like I thought about fighting him because I walked in and he like looked up and he just started laughing at me, and I'm like, I'm visiting my grandma, and he's like,
He's like, cool Vito's son from The Sopranos.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. He was like, man, these crackers. And then, so I go in and I'm like, was he laughing at me? You know how you're like, I don't know. He might have just been laughing. And then
I don't
came
know.
at
When
the
somebody
wrong
makes
time.
direct eye contact with me and hysterically laughs, I kind
It
of
also
know.
goes like this.
Well, so the whole time I'm thinking about that guy. My grandma's talking about whatever, the Great Depression, and I'm just like, what the fuck was this guy thing? You know? And I'm like, he probably wasn't laughing at me. He was probably laughing at something, and I walked in at the wrong time. And then I walked out, and I went, see you later, man. He looked up, he went, see you later. He went like that. He just started laughing again. And I went, fuck, it was me. Shit.
But then that time, for sure, you said something.
Right.
No.
You
All
stood
I
up
did
for
was,
yourself.
All I did was I skanked out of there, and I went Blitzkrieg Pop and just fucking left. God save the Queen.
Oh,
What about
man.
you guys? Would you live in a fucking nursing home if you didn't have families?
If Nicole left me and crew had wanted nothing to do with me, for sure. But it also has a lot to do with what type of retirement home it is. Because right now my dad is living in like an older community, and he's kind of a young buck for there. He's 66, and it is maybe the most depressing building I've ever stepped into in my entire life. Like, and he doesn't need to be there, which is even worse. Like, it's just like, it's a penny pinching whatever scam, but it fucking stinks.
So you put your dad in a home that he doesn't need to be in?
No, I didn't. I just ignored him to the point where he felt like he had nobody else, so he needed to move himself into a home.
Wow, we're bad people.
No, I'm not.
Both of my parents are doing great in their own homes.
Do you want the ingredients for what happened?
No,
To lead us here?
I'm your friend.
You want
I
to turn
agree
this
with
into
you.
that podcast?
That's for the Patreon.
Yeah.
We don't do that on
Dude,
this.
that
one.
would be hilarious if I just start a new podcast on our Patreon called The Oral History of Mike and His Dad. And I just run through my
You
life.
just start playing every episode of Irish Goodbye.
I think I tackled it even more on Deep Inside the Rabbit Hole.
You should do that and make it like a parody of a true crime podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Serial.
And this is where we meet our protagonist.
Bum, bum, bum. They always have like weird music. It scares me. What about you, Phoenix?
It goes like that, you know what I mean? Just hum.
Well, Feeney already looks like Ben Stiller in Happy Gilmore, so he
Yeah,
works
he
at an
does.
old
One glass
folks
of
home.
shut the hell up.
Yeah. Does anybody else have anybody else's fingers hurt?
Damn. Yeah, I mean, I guess if I had no family at all, why not live someplace for free? But I'd like to. It depends where it is. Like if you get to choose where, like I'm not living in one in like Biloxi, you know,
Right. Why? Biloxi's nice.
Malibu, baby.
I do have a
on
question.
the
So this is
bluffs.
probably for Brendan because I just don't think Feeney has this in him. But how long would it take, Brendan, for you to consider sleeping with another person at the home?
If I was my age and they were
Right
old
now.
people,
Right now, if you live there for free and you were,
Dude.
experiencing a drought or whatever, but proximity, you see some like kind of like passable 70-year-old or 70-something. And
Doesn't
you're like,
have it in him.
I don't think you have that in. You don't have that type of degenerative like sexual addiction.
If I would, yeah, but if I was single,
he'd be fucking all the old people. What about
all
the
right.
nurses and stuff? Do they count?
No, I'm
no,
talking
you can't.
old
They're not gonna
person.
have sex with you.
Yeah, you're an inmate to them.
Yeah. That's
Actually,
true.
you might be the belle of the ball. The guards sometimes bang the
That's
inmates.
true. That's true. I don't know. How hot is the old person? You could be fucking old and hot.
Right. Well, we're not talking Christy Brinkley, but we're not talking like, a disheveled person who just saw The Ring either.
Yeah,
like,
we're
let's
not
say,
talking about just a bag of Werther's original in the form of a person.
Not just frightened ghoul who's waiting out the minutes. Just somebody who could actually shift their hips a little bit, but definitely not youthful.
Probably about 2 or 3 months.
That's what I was gonna say.
2 or 3 months, and then I'd be like,
Yeah.
I gotta eat some old pussy.
oh.
Floss my teeth with a gray pube.
I don't know why I just got the taste of dry oats in my mouth when you said that.
Oh God, my mouth smells like an old Cadillac.
Just a Lincoln Town Car breath.
Yeah.
My grandpa always owned a Lincoln. Loved town cars. Loved the Mark III.
Guy likes American-made cars.
Yeah. Maybe,
Buicks.
that was probably
Buicks are big.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Any more questions from the Tron or anything
No,
like
that's
that? All right.
Let's get to the big book of if.
Let's refer to our big book of if here. Okay. Let's see. I'm just trying to remember where we got off. If you could have fuck, we did this already. Hold on, sorry. Next page. Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Sorry. If you could
What?
change one thing in the world right now, what would you alter?
Your hair color.
Oh, come on.
I'd make it
Not
actual
your hair
blonde.
color?
No, I like mine. It's distinguished. I don't like fucking honeypot orange.
You look like you shaved a raccoon and put it on your head.
How? Do raccoons have gray hair?
Raccoons are
I guess
gray
they
and
do.
dark
Yes,
gray.
they're all gray. Yeah. Very
Yeah,
good.
but they're more distinct in pattern. Mine is kind of blotchy and all
Yours is
over the map.
fucking
Brendan,
place.
it does
Yeah,
look
you look
like
like
you
a
had a-
mutt.
Brendan, it does look like you have a shaved head, and someone took a yellow whipped cream thing and went.
You look like James Corden playing a sailor in a musical.
Well, I've gone to the back of the boat.
Well, I'm annoying. I'm super annoying.
I've lost a bit of weight, but still my head is the same size.
I'm a complete phony.
I'm a phony in the sense that I speak about niceness and love, and yet I'm a complete cunt to almost everybody I encounter.
Yeah, literally, would it be any surprise to anyone if you realised I was such a monster? Yeah.
I'm the male Ellen.
Isn't it weird that like he's the one person nobody has any like oh,
Good
might
things
not
to
want to
say.
trash him just in case, you know what I mean? Like no, I mean like career wise, no one's trying to be like, well, let's not go ahead and trash, Jimmy Fallon or
Yeah.
something, because maybe we'll do the Tonight Show sometime.
love to do
you
the
don't want
Tonight
to
Show.
burn the bridge. And then Corin, we're like, fuck.
Well, it's also not just
yeah.
it's also not just that, but Jimmy Fallon, for all of his shortcomings, still produces stuff from other people. Like he actually gives some comedians a shot and tries to develop projects. James Corden produces stuff for James Corden. So he's the only
And how
host
do you
of
explain
Carpool
Ronan
Karaoke.
Hirschberg?
Oh, come on.
He did stand up. He did stand up on that show.
Did he
Yeah,
get a sitcom?
No, he got The Cellar.
No, I'm saying
That's a sitcom.
I'm talking about Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah.
Takes like say Nate Bargatze, and then he gives him a pilot or tries to develop a show and something like
Yeah.
that. I have never heard of that from James Corden. James Corden
Right.
takes elements of his own show and then turns them into offshoots where he still collects money and he's the face of it. So James Corden loves JC.
Yeah, the only way you'll
Jesus
have
Christ.
you'll
That's
have
right.
fucking James Corden do anything for you if you write a song and then you guys can sing it in his fucking car. You know what I mean?
Which that'll only
Sure.
happen to Brendan.
Yeah. Well, I'm an artist. The Late Late Show is like
I'm
the
an artist. Give me a fucking pooba and I'll get something out of it.
Yeah, hell yeah. But do you want to answer that? Really? If you could change one thing in the world right now, what would you alter?
I stand by my answer.
I would probably make New York City a little bit more like tropical.
Yeah,
just for like 1 month. Just the one.
Oh,
or
you
2
mean
months.
August? You mean August when it's literally a tropical fucking disgusting with what is the word I'm looking for? Moisture. Man, I had a whole rant I was ready to get into and I just got stuck on word 3.
You lost me immediately because I disagreed.
Oh, well, you're a dummy because the humidity, that's what I was looking for. The humidity turns fucking New York City into basically a steel rainforest during the summer.
That's not what I want.
I know.
I want like a beach.
Oh, okay. So you just want Central Park to be some sort of inlet ocean
Yeah.
with a beach.
He just wants it to be Long Island with buildings.
I want it to be Jamaica with buildings.
Nice, dude.
So,
Hell yeah.
so just
Monopause.
M16s and yeah, monopause.
On a buzz. What about you, Feeney? What would you change about the world?
I would like to change the how about this? What if for just a year the world was an actual meritocracy?
The world is a vampire.
Yeah. And like, just what if it was, like a thing where for a year things were based on, talent, success was based on talent and not just who'd you know and who's this kind of a thing.
I got to be honest. I don't know if I want to know where I fall in the whole grand scheme of talent.
The beautiful part about it is that they would still need to have the motivation to make themselves, and get out there and hit the streets and everything. But worst case scenario, for a year, you find out you're like, okay, maybe we're bitching because of, fucking algorithms or this, that, third, or people who are wildly untalented getting on television shows and stuff like that. But they're like, because of their agents or whatever. But
hey, I'll have you know, I deserve this small part as a bartender in the show I just auditioned for.
But so, I feel like that would be an interesting thing because worst case scenario, we find out, oh, fuck, we're not even close to deserving of talent, and then we go, quick, switch it back to the thing where it's all who you know.
But then right after that, we'd be like, I think I'm better. I think if I was me like I was last year, I would be famous during the talent times. The talent times.
He couldn't even consider to remember what the word meritocracy was.
Instead he went to his old. He went to where his tongue felt most comfortable and started saying mediocre.
That's fun. Okay, next question that I'll regret asking, I'm sure. Because I'm kidding. All right.
You know what I would actually change? I'll take away from your hair. I would change human beings' need to believe so fervently in something. So like the fact that like you could abolish religion, but it doesn't matter because people would turn something else into religion, i.e. flat earth, i.e. whatever they're Peloton.
Atheism is even a religion.
Atheism, all that shit that people just completely sink themselves into. Mm-hmm. I think that's fine, but I really would love to somehow kill that instinct to latch onto something and make it your end all be all because you're so afraid of the unknown that you require ready-made answers for every question that arises in life.
Yeah. But don't you think like sometimes believing in something gives us enough faith to like keep going and shit? Like if there wasn't a belief, wouldn't we just like,
what do you believe
I think
in?
It would be really dark.
What do you believe in aside from your personal ego and worth?
That's pretty much it.
So there you go. If you could have self-belief, I mean, that's fine. Yeah. But I don't think I'm saying don't like distinguish all belief. I mean, distinguish that like radical need, that desire inside of people to be a part of some sort of like community that bad that they have to latch onto an idea, and it's no longer metaphorical. It's all, I must follow this to the T.
That's an entire instinctual thing of humankind that we're very, we're not solo creatures. We're very tribal. So I feel like there's always that need to belong. It's always going to be there.
Mm-hmm. I know, but that's why I'm saying if I could somehow just pluck that out of us and see how we would go, maybe for a year. I'll test it out along with the meritocracy. Then I'd love to see how that happens, because I do, when people are like, abolish religion, it's like, yeah, cool, sure. Everything else is just going to become religion. It doesn't matter. Like that, those systems exist because people have this desire to answer unanswerable questions.
Human nature.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of what we're on Earth to do is to answer the unanswerable.
I disagree. I think we can mull it over and bat it around, but I think maybe the point is to kind of understand that things are too complex for our brains to completely grasp. So why not just kind of exist within the uncertainty?
I agree. Let's go to another question, I think. Right?
Yeah.
I would say, I would say. Okay, if you had to, why did I say that?
Because you're pretending you've written this book. It says here, imagine it is just a marble notebook and it says by Brendan Sagalow.
By Brendan with love. If you had to assassinate one famous person who is alive right now, who would it be and how the fuck would you do it?
Ooh.
I'm going to say Donald Trump, okay? And I would do it with my new Viacom contract.
I'd paper cut him to death.
Yeah, thanks, Comedy Central. I'd suck his dick until he was dead and then cut his throat with my Comedy Central contract.
Suck his dick till he's dead. I don't know, man. Have you seen the gals that have a lot better women have tried to suck him dead before you?
It's like fighting
what makes
a
you
dragon.
think you're the one?
I know.
You're the one that pulls the stone or the sword from the stone. He's like, it's you. It's always been you.
He comes for the first time in 42 years.
Oh, that's fun.
What about you guys?
Is that really who you'd assassinate?
No, I don't know. I don't want to murder anyone.
Really? There's nobody?
That's tough.
I would say you guys, but the question said famous. Hey,
I almost turned the show off. I realized that I had all control over everything recording, and I was like, I'll fucking pull the plug
you are like
right
the
now.
Wizard of Oz.
I'm the
the
dad
levers.
driving my two kids to vacation. I'm like, I will pull this station wagon around right now.
I sold my career again, and I will turn this podcast around. I don't know. You guys go. I'll think.
I'm trying to think. I mean, I think one of the Paul brothers would probably be pretty satisfying.
Paul brothers.
I do. Yeah, I actually.
Logan.
Now that I think about it, they're just little crumbs. They're crumbs of a bigger problem. I think either Ryan Seacrest behind the scenes or Kris Jenner. Both of them, one of them needs demise.
Kris Jenner's a good one.
Kris Jenner's a really good one because she's kind of the mothership of all the, little poisonous pods that are traveling around and influencing everything. So I think I'd put a fucking harpoon right through Kris Jenner's temple from 3 feet away.
Yeah, from 3 feet away is so funny. That is so funny. The problem with killing Kris Jenner, though, is if you cut off her head, 3 more grow.
Her head knocks off and just snakes come out.
Yeah, she's a hydra.
She has the Jafar voice. Now I'll show you how snake-like I can be.
All powerful.
Itty bitty living space.
I love Aladdin.
Yeah. Actually, at this point, I wouldn't mind taking a fucking battle axe to Caitlyn Jenner's neck also. I mean, the whole thing that she's running for governor of California is so nauseating. It's insane. It's like, vote for me. I killed somebody 6 minutes into being a female. It's like, all right.
How many of those things have you seen where like, good thing she's running and not driving?
Yeah. Squirting seltzer out of a flower.
But here's my question, and this is going to be pretty offensive, but does somebody like Caitlyn Jenner running for governor, does she only use her record and her political experience as a woman, or is she going to have like running montages of Bruce in the Olympics to sell?
Yeah, of course
herself?
She's going to use herself as an Olympian.
But isn't that odd? Like, doesn't that kind of like play
How
weird?
dare you?
I don't know.
Progressive.
I'm saying that the death day, if going by full rules or the rules as I understand it, and I would love to be explained better, sure. But that's like the death day. The death day of the original gender is the day that they come out as the female, and they've been female this entire time, obviously. But once they do, whatever, there's a whole lot of muddied,
but they don't lose their past, or they're just like they come out of an egg. I
agree, but they don't. But if you say Bruce by mistake, it's looked at as a like, how dare you, like an actual sin. So it's like how. how are we to watch? I don't know, man. Doesn't that seem confusing to you?
I just don't. I don't think they look at it as like oh, that's the day Bruce died, and now I'm Caitlin. I think it's like I was once Bruce. Is that really how they look at it?
I think of it more of it's like if you get married, and now it'd be like if someone called Nicole by her maiden name. She'd be like, "Oh, actually, it's canon now."
Well, that's I get what you're saying, but I don't. But I think it's more drastic than that, obviously, because they're switching sexes,
right? But if somebody was like,
or affirming a past
I'm not
sex.
calling you Nicole Cannon ever. Fuck you. You're always by this. And she's like, no, but that's what I identify as now.
Right.
Like, fuck you.
And this also isn't me saying fuck Caitlin, fuck Bruce. I'm just curious how
you're
this
saying
is going to
kill
look.
Caitlin, kill Bruce.
Yeah, I want to kill her for political reasons, not for anything, not for anything social. She could do whatever she wants with her puss in boots. But it's like I'm interested to see what the campaign is like. You know what I mean? Like, Caitlyn Jenner has always run past the competition. And then it's just a dude sprinting in the decathlon. Like, it's hilarious.
When we do the Patreon episode, I want to play this recording, but I'll just tease this a little bit. I did a show last week where I got heckled by a trans person, and it was like a fine heckle, whatever. But then when they what happened when they said I'm trans, after heckling me, they said I'm trans, the whole crowd applauded for no reason. And I went,
well, because then you go, are you a dude, bro?
No, but that does sound like me. That's actually the name of my next special.
Yo, bitch, are you a dude?
Well, the heckle was, she goes, I go,
we're telling the whole story now.
No, save it for the Patreon. I'll save it for the Patreon. But it put me in a bad position,
Patreon.com/scenario pod. Check it out. You'll be interested.
Yeah. And how would you do it? I think we're forgetting how would you do it?
I said a harpoon from 3 feet away, and then I also said a battle axe.
And Feeney, how are you going to kill Andrew Schultz?
Why would I kill the very man who is giving me life?
It's like Anakin in Obi-Wan. Don't make me kill you.
Fuck, man. I guess whoever decided that whoever put together Kong vs. Godzilla, I guess whoever brainwashed the world into saying that was a good film, maybe. I don't know. I'm trying to think of somebody who it's like, I want to kill. Like, there's very few. Yeah, killing is just so drastic versus like, I would like a career sabotage would be more up my alley, where it's like, who can you? And I think Kris Jenner or someone would be a good person to be like, can we just like get some sort of compromising intel that we know for sure will be the death blow into they'll never be on TV again. They'll lose money. They'll get sued for millions. They'll have to give a bunch of it to charity in the hopes that they could even show their face in public again. Something like that would be pretty.
Do you think it would ruin her if there was a picture that has since been cropped in, and then you expand the picture, and she's standing behind the tripod filming Ray J and Kim?
Going like,
no, I think it would like garner more views. They'd be like, she's such an innovator, an auteur.
Yeah, she's like, look how sex positive she is towards her daughter, and interracial. She is a hero.
It's funny.
Four sisters.
Feeney is such a psycho. He's like, I wouldn't know who to kill, but you're actually just killing specific people. Like, you're like brunette women. You know what I mean? I would really kill.
That is as general as it gets.
Yeah.
That's specific. Brunette women who are brunettes?
No, a person is specific, Brendan.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you get what I'm saying. I'm calling him a serial killer. We all laugh, and then we move on to another question. Welcome to the fucking show.
Oh, no. You welcome to the show where one of us says something even mildly incorrect and the other two pounce, and it's not fun for one of us, but very fun for two of us.
Yeah. We're like hyenas that
when
will
I
never
try
die.
to slam somebody and then I fuck up, but then get mad at you guys for correcting my fuck up when I'm just trying to make fun of one of my friends.
Yeah.
That's what the show should be called, is Fun for Two of Us.
Yeah. At any point.
Yeah. The cover should have been us holding guns up to each other in a Mexican standoff.
That's not bad. There's still time.
Not a bad idea. If you could permanently...
Let's just do a third podcast together.
Yeah, why not? let's sign another contract. Let's sign another friend contract. If you could permanently alter one thing about your physical appearance, what would you change? I don't know why I said appearance. What would you change?
My thumb. I would make both of my thumbs the same length.
Oh
no! So they're both stubby.
No. Oh, no. No.
I didn't specify you wish.
Now you can't text.
Bedazzled.
No, now I just text super hard and I shatter the screen every time. By the way, this hammer is undefeated in thumb war.
Really?
Yeah, throughout my whole life.
It's because it's center of gravity. It's so little.
Yeah.
It's like a short wrestler in high school. Like it's just shifty to the ground. It's ready to fucking just absolutely
What weirds
dominate.
me out about the thumb is not the length. The length I'm totally fine with, but there's a thing of skin that only goes to that first digit that you have.
It's not a thing of skin.
You see, when you straighten it up, posture, turn it sideways and make the posture correct. Yeah, you see that little gloop? It's like
it's just short, dude.
It feels like
I'm not looking at the length.
The bone is straight up and the rest of the skin is like hanging off of it.
First of all, the skin's not the problem. I think both of you are
Gross
focusing
skin.
on the wrong thing.
What are you guys?
No, the problem is the width. Like, look how wide it is. It looks like a fucking toe.
But do you see that indent? That indent. See how drastic the indent is right here? That's what I'm talking
your
about.
thumbs, when you put them together, look like Bert and Ernie. This is why you watch the YouTube people.
Statler and Waldorf.
Yeah.
My thumb's a little short. Hey, who said
us
that?
are having
Down here.
fun.
I wish this podcast was a little short.
Fun for two of us.
Yep, fun for two of us. No, this is Sagalow. This is Feeney. I hate both of my thumbs. I want to fucking cut them both off.
What's something you would change, Brenders?
Probably my little eyes. I wish they were not so fucking small.
Oh, I would
I'd
love if you had some fucking Muppet ass eyeballs.
like this, some like Disney eyes.
Yeah. Some Disney
Even when you open your eyes as wide as you can, you still can't see the top of your like pupils or
This
and
is
the
as
bottom.
high as wide as I can make my
Like
eyes.
I can see that. I can see the white on the top part of your eyes, but not at the bottom. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you get there's no white on both sides.
Yeah, my eye. You can't see the unless I go like that.
For you. Yeah, but then you can't see the top.
Whoa, I have fucking big.
Beady eyes.
I wouldn't
They're
call them beady.
Everybody would call them beady. Yeah,
No
for
one's
sure. They're
called them
tiny.
beady except for
Most
you.
people say it to me about you, and then I
Yeah.
agree.
And now,
No, they're definitely beady.
well, whatever. People like beads.
because your pupil and the actual outer color are the same size.
I know. So yes, I would change that, or I would make my maybe my eyebrows a little bit darker.
Don't, because we've seen what happened with that.
Oh yeah, when they were
You
were
looked like
super dark brown.
yeah, you looked like Eugene Levy. got
Guy's a legend.
Gaining weight for a role.
Yeah, he eats the American pie.
Yeah, and he's like, was somebody fucking this?
Tastes like cum.
Brendan's like, yes, yeah.
I think he does take a bite out of it in the movie.
I think he does as well. Patreon.com/scenario pod. If you want additional content, we got sketches. Brendan and Feeney put their sketches up there early every single week. I've just started putting a lot of stuff up there early every single week. I got a basketball workout. I have a new web series where I take edibles and then film my reaction. I think you could also call that this podcast, but but this one is a more concentrated version. And I think people have suggested that I try to like do puzzles and stuff like that
That'd
during
be
it.
so
And just,
funny, dude.
yeah, just make it ridiculous. So
And also, right now we have a watch along of Godzilla versus Kong, which we all hated. So if you want to see,
Spoiler alert.
yeah, spoiler alert. But it's fun, and we're doing movie watches every month. So next month we're doing Mortal Kombat, which we did. That was a good fucking movie.
it's great. We're doing it. We're trying out a ton of different types of content, and we're basically also including you in the decision-making process. So we are completely malleable and open to any and all ideas. We have a new goal to set since since the Brokeback Mountain thing never came to fruition because we were just unable to get together at the time of reaching our goal. So now we're gonna boost it anyway, and we got a bunch of additional shit. It's not like anybody has lost out on anything.
Right?
So yeah, we're definitely doing skydiving as a threesome. Brendan said he's very excited to do that. We could go to, you know what we could do, Brendan? We could go to one of those wind tunnel things where the children skydive, and we can throw you up in a squirrel suit. I
don't want the guy to be like, "There's not enough wind for you, kid." There's not enough wind in the world to lift you.
Turn the gust up to elephant.
Yeah. Can we turn it to the god of wind, please?
Yeah. Hurricane force winds.
Can we turn it up to a elephant sneeze, please?
Elephant sneeze.
All right. You didn't like that
was
one?
Real anger. No, because it used part of my joke and then made it worse.
And it'll be a tweet. So let's get to
yeah, guys, thanks to nobody, I landed here all by my own.
Feeney, you never said what you would change about your appearance.
I wasn't offered the question. We went right into like the plug things, but I would change apparently the fragile nature of my body's breaking down. As if, you know what it does do though, as much as I'm like, man, it sucks to have consistent surgeries to be rehabbing from, and the chronic pain that I live in on a day-to-day basis, I will say it does finally put to bed my most men, I guess, is that need of being like, man, if only I'd concentrated a little bit harder and stuck with sports, I could be on the Yankees. But now I know that even if I did make it to the Yankees, my shoulder would have either blown out, or I would have been one of those baseball players who was always frustratingly injured. Like, you could see the potential, but he was always on the field for like 8 games a year. And then, like, he would start out hot and everyone would be like, this is it, this is the year. And then he would, sneeze and like slam his head and get concussed and miss 3 seasons.
Are you talking about modern day Kevin Durant?
Yeah, I guess, but like at least Kevin Durant has played a lot more games. I'm talking
right.
Like,
well, leading up, but now he's completely injury plagued, and he's like in the fucking prime of his career, but he can't stay on the court for more than like 3 games in a row. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. You really are like the Mr. Glass of this podcast.
Yeah, my knees are bad. Your fucking dumb shoulders suck.
Yeah.
How have I never done this before? Fuck your dumb shoulders.
Well, because I never claimed to be like, I'm just getting back into my like I can hear it.
First of all, what world are we talking about where I've said I'm back in my prime? I have always maintained that I am a far worse athlete than I've ever been right now, and but I do still enjoy playing.
You defend your knees like they bailed you out of jail.
You don't talk about my knees.
I'm allowed
Nobody
to make fun of my knees. You're not.
That's the show, everybody. Thank you for listening. Please subscribe to the Patreon and tell your friends and leave us.
That's not the show. We're not even at the time yet. Let's do one more question.
Okay.
Damn. Brendan's done.
All right.
Make this the best one yet.
If you could have stopped aging at any point in your life up to the present, how old would you want to remain?
17.
17?
No, actually 19.
Not even 18? You can't even like buy porn or anything?
Yeah, I just just stop aging
tickets?
physically, right?
I'm going to say like
I guess so.
27.
Oh, that's too old, dude.
That's too old.
That's the prime of every athlete's career.
22,
So
23.
I would say 27.
Yeah, but physically, it's the prime of every athlete's career because finally their brains kind of catch up to their physical ability.
Yeah, but also most bodies aren't like fully grown until they're like 23, 24. I guess anywhere between the 23 and 30 window, but I would say 27.
19 was my apex of physical ability. So if I could just keep that injury-free 19 and then add my dumb brain to it right now, boy, D2 is the limit.
It would be really annoying.
I really would have.
It would be annoying trying to like buy booze and stuff, though. You'd have to be like, no, I have a physical appearance thing because a wish that I made. So I'm always looking 19, but I'm actually 40.
Yeah, but you just show them the card that has your birth.
Ah.
I still get carded all the time, even though I got this dusty ass hair.
I never get carded.
Oh,
There's
really?
no way you get carded.
I really do. I swear to God. Why would I lie about that? Who gives a shit?
Well, I feel like
what am I desperate? No, Brendan's the one trying to kill somebody with a Viacom contract. I've lit that on fire years ago.
I think you're the only one who's worked for Viacom here.
Yeah, I'm the only
I
one
worked
that's
for
actually
Viacom.
signed one of those damning
Brendan.
things.
Yeah.
I worked for about 3 weeks for Viacom.
Yeah, but that was under the table.
It was under the table, I think. Actually, no, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. I think I did sign a contract.
Was your name in the credits?
Yeah.
It was?
Mm-hmm.
As what? Just like office morale guy?
Yeah. As office mascot. It was me and a labradoodle.
Yeah. Bumbling fun guy.
I've been described as bumbling. Hello, my name's Brendan. That's how you introduce
They're like, we know. You didn't have to say that.
Yeah, we saw you on World Star.
We've heard of bumbling.
Yeah, we know bumbling.
That's the show, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe, tell a friend, leave a review on iTunes, tell everybody you know, send us a DM, or go to here'sascenario.com to find all our social, all the links, all that kind of stuff. You'll
and
love
let
it.
us know you're listening too. You know, like take a screenshot of you watching this or something and post about it. We will reshare it. We don't care. We need it. Everything, please.
No, but Brendan's desperation aside, it does definitely help the buzz of the show.
Yeah.
So, just, if you like the show, share it around. We'll reshare. We appreciate everybody that's listened and reached out so far. A lot of our listeners love the private convo because we are so accessible. But listen, that means a lot to us, but we all need to cultivate some sort of image of public success. So share the goddamn fact that you're listening to the show. Mm-hmm. We'll reshare. Everybody thinks we're on top of the mountain, which we are. And, things will continue to build from here.
Yeah, we're on top of Mountain Creek, the water park, theme park. That's the show, everybody. Thank you.
Bye.
The scenario. Here's the scenario.
Here's the Scenario is Mike Feeney, Mike Cannon, and Brendan Sagalow. Executive producers Robert Kelly and Matt Kleinschmidt for the Laugh Button Podcasts. For more information about the show, visit here'sthescenario.com.
The scenario.